this be her first mistake? Could this be the first monumental mistake in the young career of Caitlin Clark? Believe it or not, and I know this might be difficult for the kids to believe, but there used to be a time when we didn't have to ask these questions of athletes. There used to be a time, and it wasn't all that long ago, when the filth of politics was not allowed in sports. Nearly 35 years ago, as Michael Jordan was entering the prime of his NBA career, there was a controversial Senate race in his home state of North Carolina. Harvey Gantt, he was challenging the incumbent Jesse Helms. Now, Harvey Gantt was a very worthy opponent. He accomplished a lot of firsts during a time when accomplishing first actually mattered. I'm not talking about the accomplishments that deacons at Woke United Methodist celebrate today. I'm not talking about Bearded Bob becoming the first woman to dunk in the WNBA, or Frank without the beans becoming the first woman to run a 40-yard dash in under 6 seconds. Harvey Gantt, he accomplished first that actually mattered. He was the first African-American student to be accepted at Clemson. He was the first black mayor of Charlotte. And in a Senate race against Jesse Helms, I believe that Harvey Gantt was trying to become the first black senator elected in North Carolina. He was fighting an uphill battle. Harvey Gantt needed all the support that he could get, and an endorsement from Michael Jordan, the most popular athlete in America, and soon to be the most popular athlete in the world, an endorsement from Michael Jordan, it could have given him the boost needed to win this election. The media, they were pressuring Michael Jordan to publicly endorse Harvey Gantt. As I'm sure you guys know, Michael Jordan declined to do this, with the media claiming the reasoning behind his decision being Republicans buy sneakers too. What most people don't know, that line was said in jest. Yes, part of the reason that Michael Jordan declined to endorse Harvey Gantt is because he didn't want to piss off half of his fan base, half of his customer base. But the main reason Michael Jordan didn't want to get involved, he knew nothing about politics. 100% of his focus was on basketball. He was committed to being the best basketball player in the world. He wasn't wasting his time figuring out which candidate supported raising the minimum wage. If his daughter was playing in the WNBA, I'm sure he would be concerned about minimum wage. But at the time, the WNBA didn't exist. The good old days. Unfortunately, though, we are no longer living in an era where the only expectation of professional athletes is to be professional athletes. Today, athletes are expected, keyword, expected, to use their platform to voice their opinion on every issue. And the only opinions allowed are the opinions approved by deacons at Woke United Methodist. Last night, Caitlin Clark, she became the latest superstar to, I guess, align herself with the deacons. If you haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84. Let's go ahead and get to the sponsor for today's video. They are longtime viewers of the channel, my good friends at Foursquare Apparel. I don't know if you guys remember this, but a couple of years ago, Father Jalen Rose, former lead pastor at Woke United Methodist, in one of his final sermons before he was fired, Father Jalen, he added an addendum to the Woke Commandments where he banned use of the term Mount Rushmore. Since loyal parishioners are no longer allowed to use the term Mount Rushmore, we have decided to honor these legendary presidents by wearing them on our feet. My friends at Foursquare Apparel, they took this ban very seriously. They came up with these colorful socks to honor the presidents on Mount Rushmore. George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Abe Lincoln, Theodore Roosevelt, known to his friends and family as Teddy, and not to be confused with his distant cousin Frankie. Socks from Foursquare Apparel. They are offered in several sizes and colors, and they are perfect for golfing, and they're high quality too. So click the link in the description below and place your first order with Foursquare Apparel today. Immediately after the debate last night, our favorite Swiffer, she decided to get on Instagram to inform her following of lonely women who have no chance of locking down a real man as to who she was going to vote for in November. All of my single dudes out there, Let Uncle Casey give you a valuable piece of dating advice. If you're on a first date with a woman and you remember the critical first step of letting her do all the talking, you're sipping your craft beer, listening to her talk about her favorite show, Selling Sunset. She's talking about how great all the women on the show look with all the plastic in their face. So far, everything seems to be going well, but if she slips up, and she tells you that she is a lieutenant in the Swiffer Army, listen to that inner KC inside your head that is commanding you to get the fuck out of there. Make sure you bring cash so you can make a quick escape. If the tab is $40 and all you have is hundreds, doesn't matter. Take the $60 loss and get the hell out of there. I promise you, that $60, it is a hell of a lot cheaper than the inevitable divorce. I wouldn't date women who watch The View, and I damn sure wouldn't date women who refer to themselves as Swifties. I'm a Swiftie, yippee! Immediately after the debate last night, Taylor Swiffer, she announced who she was voting for in November. Take a guess, just take a wild guess as to who she is supporting. Well, KC, she has the same color hair as Donald Trump. Obviously, Tay-Tay is a fan of the Orange Man. Obviously, the Swiffer is supporting the cackler, which, let's be real, that was to be expected. Tay-Tay wrote this long dissertation explaining why she was supporting Cam Harris. Just like Cam in the debate last night, this dissertation from Taylor Swiffer, it lacked substance. She said that she researched the issues and claimed that Cam and her have a lot in common. Then, she failed to explain a single issue they have in common. According to her post, one of the main reasons the Swiffer is supporting the cackler is because of her brilliant vice presidential pick, Slim Tim. Tay claims that Tim fights for the issues that are important to her. She claims that Timmy has spent his career fighting for LGBTQ rights. Now, for reasons unknown, the Swiffer forgot to mention the IA, and she failed to acknowledge the plus identifiers. But don't you worry, plus. Uncle KC never forgets ya. Let me translate the post for you. What Taylor Swift is basically saying is she's voting for Cam Harris because Tim Walz supports male birthing persons by putting Tampax in the men's restroom. This is a crucial issue for Taylor Swift because the Hunt family, the family that owns the Kansas City Chiefs, they don't offer Tampax in the Chiefs locker room. When it's Shark Week for her partner Kelsey, if he forgets his supplies, he is shit out of luck. Several minutes after the Swiffer posted this on Instagram, a surprising person liked the post, Caitlin Clark. For months, there has been speculation with Caitlin Clark regarding her political leanings. Is Katie Rue Catholic or is she woke United Methodist? Based on her liking this post, I would assume it's the latter. Now, in her defense, Caitlin Clark has the right to support whoever the hell she wants. Is it a big deal that she liked this post from Taylor Swift? I mean, probably not. Will it impact her drawing power in the WNBA? That remains to be seen. Now, if this happened 4 years ago, I would definitely say yes, but this has become so normalized, I don't know if it really has any impact anymore. If anything's gonna destroy the dump, it's the constant complaints from unknown dump divers. Here we go again, with anonymous dump divers in the WNBA whining and complaining. Monday, the diva of dump divas, Cathy Engelbert, she was being interviewed by CNBC. Now, why would CNBC waste their time interviewing the leader of an organization that has never generated a single peso in profit? Hell if I know. Maybe they were interviewing Cathy Engelbert to show potential entrepreneurs what not to do if they want to make money. I'll give you a hint. If you're starting a business and your goal is to make money, Don't start a pretend basketball league. There is 3 decades of data that prove pretend basketball is not profitable. But during the interview, Cathy Engelbert, she was asked about the media-created rivalry between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. Now, of course, since the interview was on CNBC, they had to inject mythical racism into the discussion. They asked Cathy Engelbert what she was doing to control fans of Caitlin Clark on social media who could potentially say mean things about Angel Reese. If I was Cathy Engelbert, I would have answered that question with another question. What the hell do you want me to do about it? I can't control what our fans are saying on social media. Hell, I am just thankful that we finally have fans. Instead, though, Cathy Engelbert, she gave this response. Watch for yourself.
We do sit at this intersection of culture and sport and fashion and music. Like the WNBA players are really looked at now as kind of cultural icons.
True.
And when you have that, you have a lot of attention on you. There's no more apathy. Everybody cares. The one thing I know about sports, you need rivalry. That's what makes people watch. They want to watch games of consequence between rivals. They don't want everybody being nice to one another.
Besides the fact that Cathy Engelbert said WNBA players are becoming icons, which is obvious bullshit, there's one player that could become an icon, but the rest of the league remains anonymous. But besides that one false statement, I thought everything else Cathy Engelbert said was fine. She's right. Rivalries are definitely needed in sports. Maybe next season, Angel Reese will actually win a game against Caitlin Clark and make this a rivalry. But according to anonymous dump divers in the WNBA, Cathy Engelbert, she is guilty of violating the woke commandments. The WNBA Players Union, which represents the unknowns and fights for increases in minimum wage, they blasted Cathy Engelbert and demanded accountability for her violation. What was her sin? Dump divers are pissed off because Cathy Engelbert refused to condemn the racism and misogyny that is prevalent throughout the WNBA. They claim that hate speech is widespread and it's a serious problem. Where is this problematic speech? Where is this problem? The good news is, I have the perfect solution to the problem. Since WNBA players can't seem to handle criticism, since they can't seem to handle fans on social media, I have the ideal solution to make this problem go away. We should all just go back to ignoring the WNBA. But give me your thoughts on this. Caitlin Clark likes Taylor Swift's post supporting Cam Harris. Do you think that's an endorsement? Is Caitlin Clark endorsing Cam Harris? More importantly, do you think this will impact her drawing power? Do you think Caitlin Clark loses supporters, which means the WNBA loses viewers? You tell me. Sound off in the comments below. Like, subscribe, share the video. Appreciate your support. Best way to contact me is by email at btlkc84@gmail.com, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.